Hello people! While Pixel users got access to the beta testing of Android 14, Samsung, as reported, began to test One UI 6.0 on the basis of Android 14 for the Galaxy S23 series. According to a tweet from Starin233, the internal code number of the S918BXXU1BWE2 assembly was found in Samsung servers and is a test version of One UI 6.0 for the Galaxy S23. SamMobile also found that One UI 6.0 is being tested for the Galaxy Fold 4 and Galaxy Flip 4. Samsung started these internal tests 2 months earlier than the last year's One UI 5.0 testing, which means that Android 14 can become available for some Galaxy devices earlier than expected. The information that we have already discussed leads us to the conclusion that the Galaxy S23, Fold 4, and Flip 4 will be the first Samsung Galaxy phones to receive One UI 6.0. Last year, the Galaxy S22 series began to receive One UI 5.0 in October 2022, and the Galaxy Fold 4 and Flip 4 received an update in November last year. As it became known, for Android 14, Samsung and Google worked together on the problem of background apps. Unlike iOS, Android allows applications and services to work in a background mode more freely. However, some developers abuse these privileges and leave their applications to work in a background mode, which affects the autonomy and speed of the phone. To resist such applications, Android manufacturers aggressively kill background applications to extend the battery life of their devices. Android 14 promises to make some sense of this problem. Starting with One UI 6.0, Samsung confirmed that they will not kill the background services of the Android 14 applications. They will work properly if these applications are developed in accordance with the new policy of the Android Services API. After more and more Android brands join Google, as Samsung did, developers will not have to worry so much that their applications behave differently on phones and tablets of different brands. In the end, this will be good for users. In addition, Google added some new features to Android 14 with the latest beta version, and in subsequent beta updates will be added additional features. New beta versions will be released until July-August 2023. And immediately after that users can expect the final release. Now let's take a look at some new features of Android 14 Beta 1 and get an idea of what we can expect from One UI 6.0. The most noticeable change in the first beta of Android 14 is the arrow back. If your phone has enabled gesture navigation and you swipe your finger from the left or right edge of the display to go back, you will see the arrow back in the bubble at the edge of the screen. According to Google, this will help improve understanding and usefulness of gestures back. The arrow also corresponds to the dynamic theme of Material You, which means that it will be displayed in the same color as the wallpaper of your phone or the theme of the device. We expect this feature to appear on phones and tablets Galaxy with One UI 6.0. In Android 14, developer applications can add customizable actions in the Share menu. This means that access to various sharing parameters in the application will now be easier. In addition, the operating system will now use more meters to determine the rating of these actions in the Exchange menu for more accurate sorting. For example, if you use the parameter to create a link to Google Photos more often than to create an album, this parameter will be displayed first in the list of the following times. Google has introduced language settings for each application in Android 13. Android 14 improves this feature by offering a dynamic setting. For example, this helps the operating system to open the keyboard in the same language as the language of the current application. Developers can change the color of the navigation bar on Android to match the theme of their application. They also have the ability to make it transparent. However, there are still many applications that do not implement this function, and the default navigation bar has a black color, which makes it inappropriate. Well, the first beta of Android 14 eliminates this problem. Users can use the developer's parameters menu to make the navigation bar look transparent everywhere. Well, this is just the first beta. Of course, these are not all the functions, but perhaps these are the most interesting. We are waiting for the addition of new functions with subsequent betas. Samsung phones and tablets will most likely receive an update to One UI 6.0 on the basis of Android 14 somewhere in the fourth quarter of 2023. As a rule, Samsung releases the beta version of the latest Android version immediately after the final release of Google. This means that you can expect that the One UI 6.0 program on the basis of Android 14 will be released around September 2023. Absolutely. Our channel will keep you posted, so be sure to consider the opportunity to subscribe to us, click on the bell and subscribe to our Telegram channel. All links in the description. Gary was